everyone, it's the Modern Day Nana. Okay, we are going to make a boho skeleton. Now, I had just a regular, like flesh-colored skeleton, but it didn't have any arms. So I thought, well, shoot, it was really big and cool, but I've got this guy that I used last year. And this was a Dollar Tree, no, this was a Dollar General skeleton, I believe, and I painted it Brilliant Metal Finish, Rust-Oleum Metallic, I think is the color I painted it. Although it looks an awful lot like this one. I think this was the one I painted it. Anyway, it got painted. And you can see it in my videos from last year. I just put some black wings on it and hung it on a mirror. This year, though, we're going to do a boho skeleton with it instead. And that's a nice thing. You can reuse your stuff. So let me show you. I just went through my miscellaneous flowers. I have a big basket of miscellaneous junk, and I pulled off a bunch that I thought would work. Now, we have the skeleton, and we have the flowers I thought would work for it. Then we have, okay, so there's that beauty. Then I took, I had some of these plumes one year. They were kind of a dusty pink that I put in the top of one of my Christmas trees, and they were getting a little discolored. You know, I wasn't using them, so I took, I think, 3 of them, and I just went over them with a variety of spray paint, okay? And I used some metallic, I used some black, and I thought that that would make a good broom. Now, I took just some florist tape, the kind that you pull a little and it gets sticky, and just wound around this to keep all the stems together. Now the reason, I've got a couple of cool brooms, but I didn't go with them. I needed it narrow to fit in the hand. So, see, this way it'll fit in the hand. So that was my thinking there. So I went ahead and painted this, and I was thinking, I'm just using junk here, guys. I've had this forever. It's just some pink burlap, hot pink burlap. This was a piece off of my boho curtain I did for the patio. We're going to sit the skeleton on the patio. And then literally random junk I thought we could put on our broom. And then last year, I think I got them on Amazon. I think this was a, pardon my boarding house reach, I think this was a set that had little rings on it that you hung, but I just took them all apart and used them. They're just felt. I got them on Amazon last year, but they're a nice little size. I just stuffed this with grocery sacks. You know, just the plastic grocery sacks. Use whatever you want, but you know, you want to stuff it and make it to where it's going to stand up. At least I did. So we'll put that on their head, and I have all of these we can decorate the brim of the hat with. Now, I had some Dollar Tree mushrooms that I just cut in half. Just used a knife, and I have a variety of them. Okay, so we have those to work with. All right, let's see, let's go ahead and use the flowers we think we'll need on our skeleton, and then we'll go from there as far as what we have left to use on our hat and our broom. And there's no particular way of doing this. I'm going to sit it on the patio So I'm going to have it sitting in a sitting position. So I'll keep that in mind a little bit, but other than that, I think it's just a matter of putting, putting them where we want them. Oh, the one other thing I'm using, I got this for the wedding, my son's wedding, that's coming up in a couple of months, but we have plenty. So I'm just going to stick some moss to begin with, kind of down with the hot glue, and then we can just kind of go from there. I'm going to stick some moss on the inside, just kind of haphazard. I'm getting glue all over my table, but that's the least of its worries, poor thing. And then this just kind of acts as a filler. I don't want to cover up the whole skeleton because you want to be able to see. But I think it'll be cool to have some moss poking out here and there. Okay? All right. And then we can kind of add, but let's get the base going, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with my biggest flower. These are all either something I got at the thrift store or Dollar Tree. I think I'll just kind of do some glue on these outer ribs. I think I'm going to kind of do it in a sashy way. So I'm just going to kind of poke this down in here, and I think too this will give us a little something better to stick to. Careful, don't burn yourself. I don't feel like burning myself today. Okay. Alright, just throw her on there. So I'm going to start kind of with my focal big one and decide what I really kind of want to be that focal, that focal point. Let's see. Maybe right here. Maybe right here on the spine. I'm going to give this a good amount of glue. Now, I did leave the little end. I didn't leave much, but I did leave a little end of the stem so that we'd have something to poke down into. And like I said, this moss is going to give us also something for these flowers to grab onto. So, just glue accordingly. Okay, so we've got our nice big orange flower. I think I'll do the big flowers and then kind of fill in with the smaller ones. We got another beautiful day out here in central Illinois. I got to go to work. I'm working the next 2 nights, but yesterday was gorgeous. Yeah, just literally, you guys, I'm so glad to use some of these up. Now this, I might have to take that off. If we wanted some leaves, though, let's just glue some leaves on, okay? Yeah, it's been beautiful. We had such a massive heat, as many across the nation did. Then it cooled off, like really cooled off. Okay, so we got pink and orange and yellow. We have some purple and some blue. So this is very, in my opinion, very boho. Let's stick a few leaves. And I'm just gonna put some glue on the end and see where it grabs on. It'll grab on somewhere. And well, now we've got motorcycles going by. It's a free-for-all around here, guys. Free-for-all. Now the legs are going to be bent. Yeah, I feel like, oh, do we want a pink one here since we got a pink one here, though? feel like I'm doing surgery on the poor thing. This looks like a nice place for a purple rose. And just, you know, I don't have any rhyme or reason. I'm just putting stuff down where I think it looks good. I love these. They're like a little blue coneflower. They were Dollar Tree. Sometimes you get some pretty things. And, you know, you just have to use your judgment on what you end up, I think I'll put this other rose up here. Just use your judgment on what you purchase. I have not been out to Hobby Lobby or any of the craft stores in a long time. I need to go out. I try to go out once a season. I have been into Dollar Tree. We'll see how that stands up. Oh, I like the moss underneath there, guys. Okay, let's see. Oh, I was going to put some of these. These just came on something. You know, something I got it at the thrift store. So I'm just going to try to incorporate the colors kind of into the broom and into the skeleton and then also into the hat. So, I think we need a little, do we need a bigger pink one down here? And this is literally just to your liking, how you like it. Okay? That one kind of looks old and grungy. Let's do a cute little pink one here. And then we can kind of fill in, you know, with the smaller ones. We've got purple, we've got our orange, and we can always go back to and stick in some more moss. That's cute. Moss makes everything better. Let me see. I feel like we need a good clump of moss in here. Okay. We'll see if we've got anything tiny, but I don't think we'll put anything down here. Something up here might be nice in this hole. Here's an orange daisy. That's kind of cute. Yeah, that kind of ties in the orange down there. Let me see. So I don't have a stem on this. Let's get a glob of moss. So we'll just stick the flower on a glob of moss, okay? And then we'll stick this down in the hole, in the shoulder blade. Well, it's not the shoulder blade, clavicle. Okay, and then I feel like we either need some greenery coming out of there. I feel like we need some greenery and we need some, so just pull the leaves off of stuff. It's no, you know, it's nothing. No big deal. There. And then just a nice glob of moss. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's looking cool. Okay, do we want moss up here? Kind of covering up these holes. This is real moss. It's like in a sheet. Kind of pieces of sheets. Oh, that's cute. I feel like we need some moss right here. You see if I can find a clump. Here's a clump. Yep. That's what we needed. Oh, I love it. Nope. Nope. Don't do it. It's too much. It's too much. Do you want a little sprig? Let me break off a little sprig of this. More, I think this might have been Walmart. Oh, I'm liking that, guys. Should we cut off a little more? Let's cut off a little more. See where we can just put a dab of glue on the. Oh, here, there we go. Make it point down. Yep. I'm loving it. Let me put a little dab of moss up here just to cover the stem. Oh, I had some little flower. Oh, here it is. I had some little. I've got so many, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. All right, I'm stopping. Oh, okay. And we don't even have the hat or the broom yet. All right. Okay, let's set you aside to dry. And let's play with, well, the broom's right here in front of us, so let's play with the broom. Okay? So, like I said, this was just that plume, 3 plumes I got from, I think they were Hobby Lobby. Maybe we can incorporate some mushrooms into this. Let me see. I had a piece of, oh, here it is. I was just going to wrap, I had a little piece of this left, and I had some of this. I was just thinking it would, if we wrap this around, it will help the flowers adhere better. It'll give them something to stick to. So let's go ahead and just wrap this around. And it's all going to be covered, so, you know. Just wrap it around. Give it a little glue. And then if we wanted to, up at the very top, we could just wrap this around. Tighten it up. Just to give us a base. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to start, and these are just random miscellaneous pieces. I'm glad to use them. And I'm going to just start with my greenery. And since we've got this nice piece down here now, I'm just going to stick a piece of, or put some glue on the stem, and I'm just going to stick that up in there, and I think that will hold nicely. Here's just, like I said, randomness, but it'll look cool because, you know, boho to me is just really, I really love it because that's the way I like to decorate. That's like the way I like to work. There is some rhyme and reason to what you're doing, but I love it kind of looking kind of haphazard. Love that. so glad to use some of this stuff, guys. And as I've said before, but it certainly is worth saying again, when you are out thrifting, look at the florals. Sometimes you get absolutely high quality, gorgeous florals, and all you need to do sometimes is come home and dunk them in some hot soapy water and you're set. I think I'll cut these off. And you have a much more quality item than you would have if, you know, you went somewhere like Dollar Tree or even Walmart. You know, so I'm just saying, if you see stuff, and a lot of times they're at a super duper good price. You know, they've set somewhere, they're dirty, you know, they're kind of scroungy sometimes. Sometimes not. Oh, this purple's pretty. I'm just going to stick, this doesn't go all the way down, but I'm just going to stick it in here. See what I mean? So I just stuck it down in here. Stuck it in there with some glue. All right, I think we have enough. I don't really think we need that. I've got this plumy thing, but honestly, I think we're okay without that. Oh, I do have this. This was a Dollar Tree. Let's stick it up and under here. Just kind of a loose grassy. There again, it's, you know, it's plasticky and it looks pretty cheap. But the nice thing too is, if you take some of their stuff and mix it with some nicer things, then that really helps it along too. Okay, so here's the base. We got our long stuff in. Now let's put some cute little flowers. Now I did leave the stems on some of these, so what you want to do before you go to stick them in is kind of bend them. So when you put your glue on and put it up in your arrangement, it'll pop out, see, instead of just hanging down. Now, a lot of these don't have stems, so we're just going to have to work with what we've got. This one does. Let's go ahead and place our pink ones. We've got pink here, so we'll do pink here and here. So we've got 3 nice pink little sections. Okay. Now we've got, let's do some purple. And this is just hodgepodge, guys. You know, I'm just putting this wherever I fancy it. We'll put a purple, pink, and an orange together. And that one will just have to sit in there because it doesn't have a stem. Okay, so we got purple, purple, purple. Let's put another purple right here. Oh, we have these green ones. We have a couple of green ones. And we have one green one for the hat up there, I see. So let's put these green ones on. I want to use them. Use some of this junk and make something cute out of it. Here's our little ones. We'll leave. Oh, here's the blue ones. Let's incorporate some blue ones. Love these. Yep, these were, see, so every once in a while, you just don't know. These were a Dollar Tree. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to incorporate some of these mushrooms? Should we stick a mushroom in here? Let's see what it looks like. See if we can get it stuck down. There's There's an orange one. This is on foam, so it's going to melt as foam, but it should be okay. Let's stick this one up here. Okay. We've got the orange one. We had one blue one. Maybe we should stick it in the... Yeah, we'll go ahead and put it in, we'll put it in here. We have other ones. And I have painted these before too. If you don't like these colors, they paint up real easily. Okay? That's looking adorable. Okay, we've got blue, we've got purple. Uh-oh, this little guy, let's use him up. It's the only one like him. Come on, sweetie, get in here. Get in the pool. There we go. Okay, we have a couple of small ones. I want to do something. You know what we could do? We could just get some twine. We could get some twine. I don't have any out here with me, I don't think. I think I'm going to get some twine and wrap around this. I don't know. Let me see. Let's look at this. Let's look at this floral tape. Maybe we can do something with it. Just kind of roughly. It just seems like it needs a little help. Uh-oh, this stuff is old as the hills, you guys. It needs to be used up. I bought a bunch of new. I'm going to do all the flower arrangements. I've got to get on the website later on. I think the one I'm going to go with is Flower Moxie. I'll let you guys know, but I need to start like a conversation with them because the wedding's less than 2 months. Okay. All right, now what we can do, that looks a little better, I feel like. We'll put some, let's put something up there. All right, so we've got our moss. Let's just kind of fill in with some moss. Like I said, moss helps everything. And then we can put one of these cute little flowers up there on top, there. And then let's just fill in with some moss. I'm just going to put a glob of glue on it and pop it in here. I think I got this bag of moss at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember how much it was, but it's a lot of moss. So if you're just doing projects like this, it would last you a long time. Oh yeah, that just kind of brings a richness to it. You know what I mean? Let's put a little up here. Just kind of fill in the gaps. Make it look like the flowers are growing up out of this thing. Yeah. Cute. Very sweet. And we'll have our little boho skeleton, and then I was thinking too, I might take this over to my daughter's house and set up. She has, she's kind of, Halloween has kind of gone to her, house. Because just has. I don't know. So I was also kind of thinking with this, she's still got, well, the little one just turned 7. Oh, that's so pretty, you guys. All right, let's do the hat. So I just had this little piece left. So I just took it and I'm just going to loosely tie it in a knot. I'll tack it down a little because it'll help, we can put the flowers onto it and we don't want it to pull loose. Okay, so there we go. And we could also, yeah, you know, I don't think we'll start with the moss. We can fill in with the moss. Okay, this is what, pardon my boarding house reach. This is some of the stuff we have left. Okay. So, should we start with our big pretty rose? Yes, we should. Do I want this on the side, or do I want it in the front? I think I want it on the side, so I'm going to make this my side. Okay? And I'm just going to put some nice glue on here. And glue our nice rose down. And I don't care that moss and stuff is getting on here because it's, you know, we're going to make it mossy anyway. Let me see, maybe we should do some of these. I kind of curved that stem. I'm just going to stick it here on the side of the hat. See, so it pokes out a little bit. And I think I'll do it to the other side also. So I'll just put a little glue on the stem. I think I'll put it underneath the little fabric tie we have. Yeah, that's pretty. Might want more one more piece, just to kind of give us a nice base. Oh, I didn't put them all going the same way, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, so we have our pink. And I think I want to go all the way around. So let's do one of our yellow-orange mums. I'm going to use these. I'm going to use the leaves, stick them down in there, and then just put some glue on the flower itself and put her down in there. Okay, so we have pink and yellow. Let's do a nice kind of blue up here in the top. Okay, keep going around. I'm going to put the bigger ones more to the bottom. Maybe do another orange one. I'd love to just use these up. More leaves. What else have we got? We've got another blue one. Oh, we've got one cute little... Oh, we have a couple more over here. Oh, I'm so glad to use these, guys. I know, I'm sorry I keep saying that. Makes me happy. Makes me not feel like a hoarder. That's the truth. When I actually use You know, I'm like, I see. I'm not a hoarder. It's only hoarding if you don't use it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's put this pink one back here. Those are pretty. I think those were Dollar Tree. Purple. And one more of these. Oh gosh, we got one left. We can stick it in something. Yeah, I'm doctoring this up. Oh, it's so cute though. Okay, so this is the front, right? We made this the front. Oh, I got a little glue there. Okay, do we want to try to do a mushroom? What color do we like best? There's an orange one. There's a blue one. There's just a brown one. No, I feel like we ought to keep it. I feel like we ought to keep with what we've got. I think it helps tie everything in together if you keep kind of the same color palette throughout, you know what I mean? Alright, I'm going to stick this down. This is it. Maybe we should do one in the back. I tell you, I need stock in the hot glue. In the hot glue business. Oh shoot. Here's the seam of the hat. Oh well, too late now. That's right in the very front. Okay, so, oh, here's this little baby. Okay, alright. We'll put her right there. You don't have to see the whole mushroom. Okay, now, all you see is this little dabs. Like, what is that? Now let's do some moss. It's kind of nice that this is clumpy. We'll do some around the brim. You know what, guys? I'm not really sure I like this sticking out. I think I'm just going to fold it in. I don't really like the way that looks. We'll just fold it in. We don't need it. More moss. Let's put some moss at the base of the mushroom because we all know moss and mushrooms like to grow together. Okay. Oh, she is so cute. We might need a little moss to go around the hat. I am just going to take and put some glue around the brim and the inside, right? And then decide where we want it. And might have to push it down a little bit. To get it on her head and get it glued properly. It's kind of heavy. A little, you know what I mean? A little for the skeleton. And we could always put a little dab of moss up in here. And that will also help it stick, I feel like. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay guys, I've got the sun beating down. I hope you can get a good view of her. She turned out so cute. She's got her broom in her hand. let me sit her in another chair and show you. All right, here she is, just chilling in the garden. She's got her broom by her side in case she needs to take off real quick. Now see, I was thinking this would be cute for the little girls. It wouldn't be so scary. We'll see what my daughter thinks. Now we could do something cool to the eyes too. You know, we could put some jewels or something in there. I think we'll leave it. I think we have enough going on. Okay, well this was a lot of fun to put together. I'm going to do some more boho Halloween stuff, so stay tuned. And if you're interested in any of the boho things I've done, I have a playlist, okay? So this is the modern day Nana. I don't have a name for this one, so if you can think of a good name, you know, drop it in the comments. But I love her. I'm going to call her her. I love her. All right, and I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.